Hi there everyone, it's Jess. I'm going to show you a really easy and fun technique using bead caps to create settings and wrap different types of stones, enamels, art beads such as polymer clay, some artisan pieces that you can create using our blanks and our Sizzix Big Kick with like a deco emboss or deco etch to it, and you can color it with patina or even tiny little stones. So I just have a few bead caps here. I picked 4 styles, and these all work great for wrapping. So because of our metals being natural and they're not plated, they make them very easy to manipulate. So they're very malleable. So this is natural brass, which is solid brass, and I'm able to just use my fingers to open each of those petals. So you saw how easy I did that. Same with this here. This is our 18 by 14 millimeter magnolia leaf bead cap. So I just opened up those petals like that. And this one was our 20 millimeter fluted flower bead cap. And then we have our very popular 22 by 14 millimeter flourished petal. So this one's going to have 3 petals when you open it up. And then this one is our 12.7 millimeter tapestry bead cap. So I didn't even need tools to do that. However, I am going to use a chain nose plier, and if you have handy a nylon jaw plier, this one's been used for quite a while, it's pretty old, but this works great because then for some of the larger ones, for flattening the petal, it's not going to slip and maybe scratch like your metal chain nose would. So I like to take that and just kind of go around and squeeze and flatten that out nice. Same with the magnolia leaf. So this here you could see is been wrapped with an enamel. This enamel is about a 28.5 millimeter up to like 29 millimeter enamel piece would work. And I didn't flatten this too much here on the back, but what I am going to do is squeeze it just a little bit, just to open those petals up a little bit more. And this also comes in handy for starting to round these petals in to create your setting. So you could just grip it and you're going to bend. You're going to hold kind of the center with between your hand and your thumb here to hold it steady, and then bring these up and just kind of bend them up to make your creative setting. Okay, so now I have all these edges kind of formed up, if you could see that. And then there's a hole pre-drilled in this enamel. This is made by Sarah from Sea Coop Beads. I'll put the link and tag in this post so you can see her selection. But the ones with the hole are great for this type of wrap because you're not going to have room to punch a hole in the bead cap. So you want something then to string a jump ring or chain onto. So with that being said, I'm going to put that in between the 2 petals so it's open and I see that hole. So now I'm just going to go ahead and hold these pieces together like this. I'm going to go back in and start to grip and bring these kind of in towards the enamel a little bit. Just want to be gentle and careful that you don't crack the enamel. So I am going to go back in again now with these nylon jaw pliers to hold this tight and start to crimp it down. So if this slides on, you see how the hole of the enamel slid over here. Just make sure before you really crimp it down tight that you keep checking and you move it back. Use your muscles. This one's a little bit, of course I did the trickiest one here to show you. This is the thickest bead cap, so it's a little bit harder to work with than maybe some of these others. So now I'm going in with my chain nose again, and I'm just gently crimping down those petals. Oops, see, that turned on me again. Twist it before I get it a little bit too tight. There we go. All right, there you go. So now I have this wrap. This is really tight. I cannot slide or move the enamel at all. And you can use a polishing cloth. I already lightened this up a little bit beforehand, but see how it brings out all the beautiful detail in the brass. Or you can use like the light gray side or the white side of our metal reliefing block, which will help polish as well. So now with the magnolia leaf bead cap, I wrapped here one of our artisan copper blanks that has been embossed with our wisteria deco embossed die, and then blended a few of our Ranger ink patinas, including our deep turquoise, which is a new color in here, and malachite and I believe jade. Used a few colors. So this I'm going to go ahead and flatten out all of these petals with the nylon jaw plier. And bring this, see how this is curved? I'm going to bring that, create that to be flat, because now I'm going to actually bend these in this way, bring those inward. This one's a little bit easier to work with than the last one. I guess I did this out of order, sorry. Okay. So now I'm going to go in and place my blank. And again, you want your hole to be exposed, so you could attach a jump ring or chain. Now, I'll go in with this guy again. So hold it tight. You're squeezing down. I'm really holding it tight with my thumb. Now, a little tip. So I crimped down one end, right? Instead of going on this side and doing the one right next to it, I'm going to turn this, and again, make sure my hole is open, and do the opposite petal. When wrapping with filigrees or bead caps in this instance to make a creative setting, I find that doing the opposite ends first will help you keep your piece symmetrical and it won't slide around. So if I were to do this, it might shift over, and then the petals would be like shorter on one side, maybe longer on the other. So this helps control your placement. Okay, so now I could grab it this way too if it's tricky just to flatten out. Grip it and bend it forward, and then go ahead and go in and... All right, this is very secure. I'm gonna go in and polish that up. This one here was done on our solid brass blank, and the blank is a 25 millimeter. That's pretty cool. And you are going to see the hole on the back side of the bead cap, but I mean, that's fine. It is the back side of your folklore pendant. Typically, I would patina both sides though. So it had color on both sides, I'm sorry. Nothing to see here. And we have the two with the flourish petal. This one I specifically don't have something here the size to wrap it with, but I just wanted to show you how this is dapped. You can see that bump. What you would do, same thing, is go in and kind of really flatten that out and give you more surface area for wrapping too. This one's really pretty. I'll have to find something to wrap with this and post it separately. And then these little guys, these are just little glass stones, and they're 10.5 millimeter. You could work with anything about that size up to around a 12 millimeter. And I'm just going to start bringing in each of these petals. And again, this one here is our 12.7 millimeter tapestry bead cap. One side you're going to leave open because that's going to work as your little bail at the top. All right. If you feel that you've bent them too far, you can go back in with your pliers and open them up again. You just don't want to do that too many times. If you were to work them back and forth multiple times, it will weaken, you know, the filigree or the metal, and it could break. So, you know, 1 or 2 times will get the job done. So go ahead now and use your chain nose pliers to grip one side and go then on the opposite side. So now I have this here and this piece over here done because I feel like everything's pretty